1,570 watts of solar, 920 amp hours of lithium, a rig that runs on the sun and only plugs in when we want to. And today we dive into how we did it. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since we posted, and we wanted to let you in on what we have been up to. Shay and I have been busy laying the foundation for our next chapter, and that chapter involves a lot of travel. Small towns, big cities, state parks, national parks, and a big new fifth wheel to get us there. We recently brought home a 2026 Brinkley Z3100. Yes, we're Brinkley people now. And from day one, we set a goal for this rig. True off-grid autonomy. Shay has always wanted a boondock for a really long time, and our old camper just could not get us there. So, we worked with Bish's RV in Twin Falls, Idaho, made the trip up, and brought home what will eventually be our new house on wheels, which brings us to this video. We're here at the Tucson KOA with Tucson RV Solar, the shop behind the build that's going to power our on and off-grid adventures. And in this video, I sat down with Chris Colleen from Tucson RV Solar to learn about his background and to walk through the new system that we put into the Brinkley. So let's jump right into it. Hey folks, I am here with Chris Colleen from Tucson RV Solar. You just got done doing our Brinkley, our Z3100, which we literally bought 2 weeks ago. Give me some insight. What did you do for the Brinkley? What did you do for us? What could we expect from it?
Okay, well, it kind of all started with our initial phone call, discovery, finding out what do you want to be able to do when you hit the road. So we went through that initial discovery. He actually sent me some of the Claude data, which matched kind of right off the bat what we were talking about. So I knew you had the chill cubes. I knew you wanted to be able, or at least the one, I knew you wanted to be able to run everything off grid. And as a 50 amp RV, it almost leads us directly into the Victron ecosystem and wanting to put all that together. So with the chill cubes, we knew we could actually produce more solar power than it was going to, at least one would use. So we could build the framework of the system that will work quite well for you. And that's what we did. So we designed it to keep the existing 370 watt panel that came from Brinkley paired with the 100/50 solar controller, which is one of the great things that Brinkley does, is they actually use Victron products now. Then we added another 1200 watts with a 150/85. We put the 12 volt 3000 VA 120 a 2x120 inverter charger in, so we can actually pass through the full 50 amps and take advantage of that capability. But then we put it together with Epoch batteries, which work like a champ. We had a little snafu with ordering timeline because Epoch is like gold. Installers are clamoring to get a hold of them right now. So they run through all their stock super fast, and then it takes a while to get more. But we did have a 460 in stock, so you upgraded to the 460, and then another one is going to be waiting for you when you get home.
Yes, it's actually shipped already, and it's going to be there today.
Which is good. You know, you go from what you planned was 628 amp hours to now you're going to have 920. You're going to be even more happy when you're boondocking. And speaking of it, you know, this is ready for that. We just went through the entire learning part and saw how the system ties together, how it is set to be able to operate, whether you have full power available to you, partial power, or no power at all, and then you can kind of recreate it from there and go. And then it's safe. So the number one thing that we want to make sure that we install before meeting your requirements of power production is whatever we put in there, is it going to be safe? So we do, with that in mind, we choose only UL listed components. We choose proper cabling that's going to be 100% copper, obviously, but then rated for the ampacity that we're going to be putting through it. Nothing but Blue Sea safety devices as far as our Class T fuses, our surface breakers that we put in there, and then mega fuses for the Victron components. And then we put other things in place like the DC solar breakers to interrupt the DC flow from top to bottom, so that not only is it safe, but it's also serviceable. And now we apply that as well up on the roof. So you can see everything was kind of spread around. There was multiple reasons for that. It was to take advantage of the real estate that we had to minimize shading, and then also to be able to maintain some type of walkway so that you can still service your roof in the future, get to all the air conditioners to do any service required there, and do what you need to do. And speaking of that, obviously we put a soft start on the front one. I had plenty of time, plenty of room to do that. And you would have the same room on the Chill Cube in the back should anybody need to mess with the compressor in there. But overall, in the long run, I think you've got a great system for hitting the road.
You also did one more thing. You also installed a Starlink up there for me with the new mobile mount.
Yep.
So we got that all wired with the wiring conduits that Brinkley provides. So the cabling up on the roof, which I'm showing now from the B-roll, is really clean. Just a beautiful install all the way across. You saved me a lot of time. I didn't have to find somebody else to do the satellite. It's like as if everything was just prepped for it.
You bet. And that's the awesome thing about Brinkley is the prep. So having a dedicated access from the roof down definitely makes my life easier. It would have made your life easier if you'd have ran the Starlink, yourself. But since I'm already pulling cables, why not pull the Starlink at the same time, get that done, and get that mounted. And then we also actually added in the pass-through the power watchdog. So now you don't have to worry about carrying that extra thing and plugging that in, but it's still doing the job for you, protecting you from the pedestal, any open neutrals or missing grounds or all that. So you're safe across the board. And actually multiple safe, because once it goes through the power watchdog and then hits the inverter, the Victron MultiPlus is actually qualifying all that power too before it will actually use it. So it's almost like you have two surge protectors in there, for lack of a better term.
And he showed us all that on the Touch 70, which I think that's another thing that the AI picked up on. Go with the 70, don't go with the 50. Absolutely. You will be unhappy with the 50. And you actually said, wow, it caught that. That was pretty impressive to you. You also did my Mopica, so my LP tanks are now sensed and coming up on the panel. So I know everything. This truly is. I have a single pane of glass to know everything that's going on in this rig.
To me, that's the best thing about the Victron system, is it actually is all designed to all work together and present the data to you. I mean, it was born in the marine industry, so they've been on yachts for years, and the influx that they've had into the RV world has been phenomenal, and rightly so, because I can actually see where everything's going. There are other competitors that are out there. There's 2 other inverters that I've installed that have almost the same capability, but that's kind of where it stops. They don't integrate all the system together to present all that data, so that you, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, have a good picture of what's happening, where the power's going, and how much you have left.
Outstanding. Hey, a little bit about yourself. Give me a quick hit on your past.
Okay, so 26 years in the Air Force. I was enlisted for 8, and then flipped over to the dark side and got to fly C-130s for a long time. Retired, did a little time on staff as a civilian, but in the meantime, I was also building some things up. So we full-time RV'd for the year after I retired. Fell in love with RVing and everything about that. And actually, during COVID, decided, hey, let's go hole up somewhere. Well, we went and holed up in Athens, Texas, and I became a certified RV inspector. I did that for a year, and then I said, well, if we're going to live in Tucson, Arizona, then I might as well learn the solar thing. So we went back. I actually went to the first NRVIA solar course, where I got to sit with Todd and do all things solar for a while, and took off from there. We've gone through all the Victron training classes. Actually, this year we became certified ABYC electrical installers as well. So we keep adding to the capabilities that we're doing, and then obviously tons of research on top of it. So the good thing about this job is that not everything is actually like this. Like, we'll do installs like this, and next week we're going to do dual 48 volt with an auto former, because it's massive and the requirements are there. The week after that will be a lithium conversion in a van, or what, just depends. But I see new and interesting things, and it requires problem solving, which thankfully the Air Force taught me, and I can apply it to all different aspects of it.
100% thank you for your service, first and foremost.
Thank you.
And second of all, for anybody who's considering reaching out to you, which I'll give you your opportunity to tell you how to get in touch with you in a second. What that basically says is, you know what you're doing, you're certified, you're not just some random low voltage guy that says, yeah, I'll throw some panels up on your roof for you and you'll never see me again. There's a lot more to it with you. One of the main reasons I picked you is because I started off as an installer for Motorola. You install the way we did. Everything is on a nice piece of plywood. Everything is painted black. All your cable trays are like everything is looks like it was done the right way from the factory, and that's what really caught my attention when I saw your first video. And you have a lot of Z3100 videos. You have a lot of Brinkley videos, so that really guided me towards you. Okay, so to wrap this up, obviously we're in Tucson. I know you make it up to Phoenix and a couple of places in Arizona. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you and they were willing to come down here, or you can meet them at a certain, what are your boundaries for travel, and how does somebody get a hold of you?
So, well, the website's TucsonRVSolar.com, or through the YouTube channel at Tucson RV Solar. It's got all the links on there as well. So we're on all the social media platforms. Also on A to Z Mobile RV. That's our certified RV inspections that I still do. But you can get a hold of me both ways. And then the phone number, single phone number is 520-910-1237. So easy to get a hold of me. Typically, if I'm working on an install during the day, then, you know, if I see a text or a phone call, it may be at the end of the day when I get back to them. But I always do make that attempt. As far as travel distance, you know, I typically only do inspections in the local area or repairs or things like that. If people are calling me and need help, I'll talk through them. We will travel for full installs, absolutely. Try to stay within 2.5 to 3 hours. But if it's somebody that really wants us to come far, then that's obviously something that we can work. And if you want us to go to Colorado in the middle of the summer at altitude and be cool, then let's talk.
Well, and then another thing too is you picked a great location for us here. You know, this is the Tucson KOA, which for whatever reason is named Lazy Days, but I guess they moved out. But the nice thing is we're under panels, so even though it is summer right now, and even though it is monsoon season, and even though it's a little hot and we've had some water, it really has not made this a terrible experience. I mean, yeah, this would be beautiful in the fall, in the winter, but still, you picked a great place for us to do this. I appreciate that. Gave you a good working environment, and again, absolutely. Sincerely, Shay and I cannot thank you enough. What you've done for us is just outstanding, and I know that hopefully some other people will see this and give you some more business.
Absolutely. I'm here, and obviously, you know, the service after the sale bit that you and I talked about is still there as well, and that's the one thing, is that people can still get a hold of me. And so whether it's an emergency or a question, you know, that I'm always there to make sure they understand their system and how to best utilize it, and look forward to doing that with everybody else in the future. So thank you guys as well for the opportunity. It's been awesome. And I can't wait to see where you guys go with this.
I can't wait either. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you.
Well, that wraps up this video, and hopefully it won't be too long before another video drops on this channel. Special thanks again to Chris Colleen from Tucson RV Solar. Cannot say enough about these guys. Top-notch crew, did an amazing job. We are seriously looking forward to being on the road and taking advantage of this new solar package that we installed. By all means, reach out to them, and we'll see you on the road.